because she's superior in all ways. Welcome back to a wonderful review of Wonderful Precure, and we start with the most disrespectful thing this series could ever do to me. They jump scared me with an injured-ish picture of Yuki. I was like, really? Really? At the top of my fluffy animal show? Oh, I was in shock, in pain. That was really mean. Toei, I'm coming for you. Nonetheless, this episode, we focus on Yuki as we roll into Christmas time. And it's a good time. Let's just roll right into it. Yuki ends up proving once again that she's the most relatable character in the universe who's like, oh, a Christmas party, it's gonna be like a lot of people. It's gonna be real rowdy. And I'm like, Queen, I'd say no more. Say no more, that's incredibly relatable. And she's gonna go anyways, because that's what we do. We just go anyways. And here we have our Christmas party. Now, one thing that's gonna be a bit of me getting ahead of myself, that Precure has a tendency to do with this Christmas episodes, just because they're running out of episodes towards the finale for their runtime, is that a Christmas episode will typically lead right into the final battle, or like will be a cliffhanger episode. This doesn't do that, and I just wanted to take at least a second to appreciate that we're not going to do that. This is just a feel-good episode for the most part. I appreciate that. Not that I don't like the seasons, because obviously some of my favorite seasons do have the Christmas episode go right into the dramaticness of the finale, but I'm gonna give credit where it's due. This is just overall kind of like the perfect Christmas episode for me. Also, the food at this party, I literally have to go to a party like 2 days from now, and I have to bring my own food, so I might steal one of these recipes low-key, because this spread looks amazing. Oh my god. I'm kind of vibing with like the dip thing they got going on the top left. Like, could just do that. I could do a little nice charcuterie board, who knows. But I also like that they have the cup of like the cut carrots and celery and stuff for the animal. Of which we have Daifuku. I actually don't... Is this Daifuku? This can't be his first time in the garden, is it? There's no way it's been this many episodes, and this is his first time in the garden. But nonetheless, we have this very cute moment with him and the cutie rabbit, you know. Funny power going on here, and he eats his little carrot. It's pretty cute. I like this. I like the acknowledgement that Daifuku exists. In the meantime, we have the present exchange. I love that Mayu is like, oh my god. Miss Shoujo Romance over here is like, listen, you gotta like give this present and everything at the right time, at the right moment, perfect ambience, just you two. And then Iroha runs in here and is like, yo, here's a scarf. I can't help but give it to you. I've worked way too hard for it. It's so them. It's perfect for their relationship. And then her, like, toiling away on it, but Komugi being like, I was her cheerleader, though. I was there. And I love that also this acknowledges the scarf episode from earlier. Again, these episodes don't they don't ignore the earlier episodes, which, again, I'm so glad that media has moved in this direction. And we see Satoru happy with his little Daifuku scarf. And he gives Iroha a necklace, which, mind you, had I seen this necklace in a store, I'd 100% think it was a reindeer. Like, I forget, like, I don't know if Komugi's, like, what was it, the Papillon dog breed? I have no idea if that's, like, really popular in Japan, because I very rarely see it. But if I saw this necklace, I'm telling you right now, I'd have no idea what's a dog. But, you know, it's cute. And Satoru is happy. It's a very sweet moment. We get a little bit of, like, the couple love going on here. And just seeing them, it's always adorable to see these two. I'm not gonna lie. And, of course, we see our little baby fawn. Welcome back. Of course, if it's a Yuki episode, we have to see the Kiririne fawn. I don't know how Yuki repaired these cookies after the fawn broke them, but kudos to you, girl, for somehow performing surgery on cookies. Don't know how you did that. And then we have a little talent show! And we obviously gotta point this out because, once again, she is the best Kiririne animal. We used her last episode. We used her 3 times this episode. Because she's superior in all ways. Give it up to my girl, Kiririne the Swan! In the meantime, we have a little nod back to our earlier Yuki episode, where she has another cat party to go to, which honestly is probably the best party I've ever heard. Why don't we just do this as humans? Where they all just cuddle up together and like have a little warm snuggle party. And then we see Yuki's character growth because she ends up allowing Komugi to come, and then even goes as far as support Komugi and joining in the snuggle pile. Very, very sweet. In the meantime, we have Gao being like, yo, Todame's gone. And Zakuro's like, I'll stay by your side forever, Gao. To him again, just to stand there and be like, eh. He says nothing. He says nothing. Like, boy, if you don't want your 2, like, minions to depart, you probably should fight for them a little bit more. Like, I suppose you probably don't return feelings to her, but like, man, you just being like, is not doing anything. Whatever. And then on her rampage, Sakura immediately gets overtaken by the beauty of the Christmas tree. I kind of forget that in Japan, Christmas is a romantic holiday rather than like a family-friendly oriented holiday that it is in the West. Thank you for that, KFC. So she immediately gets enamored by the beauty of the tree and kind of, the connection that the kids are gonna make is that, oh, this is a very romantic moment. She should go see this tree with somebody she loves, aka Gao. And Yuki, picking up on that, immediately talks about that. She's like, yo girl, this is romantic. You should take advantage of the moment. To which this whole scene is crashed by none other than the rest of the gang with a reindeer with purple eyelashes. Like, queen, why are they purple? But also the fact that, like, we get this lore drop that Nico-sama is besties with Santa, which I'm just going to pretend is Santa from Star Twinkle Precure, because that's just all the more funny. And we're straight up borrowing one of the reindeer, who ends up being the unsuspecting victim immediately. Like, I feel so bad for this reindeer. They were just minding their own. Like, they nearly ruined Christmas just because they borrowed a reindeer. Like, Santa's got to stop doing favors for Nico-sama. And amidst this fight, we see Sakura absolutely lose her mind as the tree nearly gets destroyed. But our girl, Nyami, is like, absolutely not. Christmas will be saved. I understand you. There's this whole comparison where Yuki talks about how Yuki has all these flashbacks where she once only had one person that she cared about. But she learned that not only can she love other people, but other people can love the person that she loves and protects. And it's just kind of a group thing, which I think is such a good message and such a nuanced message in this series. Because at the end of the day, Precure has always, like, got the message of friendship. And Yuki is not somebody who is lacking in friendship. She does passionately care about Mayu, but she only cares about Mayu. And the idea of, like, trying to share that friendship and then, like, allow other people to protect and love both your best friend and you is such a big message that I'm so glad that the series has this in it. As well as the fact that I think this is probably one of my new favorite ways that they're ending a character arc, because typically with the character arcs that we see in Precure, there's usually very big, like, revelation eureka moments and, like, changing of the way you were behaving in a very, like, big step when their character episode comes up. However, for Yuki, what I've loved about her is that she has become more and more open with the group incrementally through the episodes. Even with her character-focused episodes, outside of the ones in the middle when she first got introduced as Nyami, she did not have, like, super bombastic character development. It's all been very gradual, it's all been very nice and sweet, and this whole episode is just her realizing how far she's come rather than sitting there and saying that she needs to go farther, and I really like the way that they've handled that. Her realizing that there's all these other animals that have been worth protecting, and all these other friends that she can have is such a beautiful message, and it's summed up very well in this episode. And then, literally, I didn't realize it until I started taking screenshots, because I think I just got about every single in-betweener image, because they do be looking a little dopey right here. However, I just wanted to point out that we're using the Kirlin Swan. I just wanted to sit here and be petty and be like, yo, look, it's the best one. Even here, when we have this dramatic moment where my girl puts on the Kirlin Swan as well, we don't know where her mouth went. Oh, in-betweener shots are so fun. But we do get this glamorous image of her finishing off the reindeer, which, by the way, Japan knows, right? They know that reindeer are real animals. They're not like unicorns. Like, there's deer and then there's reindeer. The only difference is that reindeer don't for reals fly. I thought that was a fun one. Well, I just wanted to make sure. But nonetheless, we have this sweet little moment where Yuki finishes off the reindeer. And we take one more major effort to try to convince Sakura to be on Team Good. They invite her to the Christmas party. He ultimately says no. However, we do see that we've made some strides with this as she looks at this group and sees nothing more than like a little wolf pack, which is so precious and so cute. It's a good time. Nico-sama heals our little purple eyelash diva over here. And then our characters get to have kind of the typical Christmas montage where they use their powers to deliver presents with the assistance of Nico-sama's magic. Look at them go. Look at them creating Christmas miracles. And Yuki gets a moment to just kind of reflect on everything and also have a little bit of love for her namesake, because obviously, I mean, me too, girl. If I spent the majority of my beginning of my existence in the snow, I'd hate it too. That sounds like it's awful. But now being able to sit here and celebrate it with the warmth of friends is so sweet and cute. And overall, it's just a really solid wrap episode. I do also like that Yuki sat there and looked at Sakura and gave her tagline of, "I will pay attention to you." I thought that was super cute, super saucy. And we do end on this very lovely image that they put most of the budget behind. That I just adore. I adore how this episode went. It wasn't like a very, like, compared to our last two episodes, they were incredibly dramatic. But this one was just a pretty good, feel-good Christmas episode. It did everything that I kind of needed it to do. Very sweet, very chill, and just a good kind of bookend to Yuki. I don't think we're completely done with Yuki, because I assume that Yuki and Mayu, within the next few episodes of the finale, will probably slide in saving Zakuro. But in terms of like this being pretty much the last character episode we get for this show, it was a good wrap. I think it was good to have this kind of breath of fresh air and a much more gentle episode compared to the emotional turmoil that we have experienced for the last few episodes. And next episode will be the new year, which also is likely to be when I give my review. I do not think I will be in town for the next episode, so I'm gonna shoehorn in the next two episodes whenever I come back to society after I go on my my off-grid travel vacation. So I will likely see you guys in the new year. I was hoping to get another Magical Murmurs episode out before, which I'm hoping I still will do, and that will be my final episode of something, final video on YouTube before the new year. But if not, and for obviously the people who are watching this as it airs, this will be my last wonderful review for 2024. I will see you guys in 2025. So until then, bye bye!